Okay. I just did a video. Oh, Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. 24 degrees outside. Sorry for the banging. The door outside is ridiculous. I was just doing a video on something about Aquarian. I don't know if it's going to be posted or not, but I'm still processing that video. And I was going to go do something else, and Spirit was like, nope, Saturnian. And I was like, what do you mean Saturnian? Sat, and then Saturn. And I thought, well, you want me to sit and turn? So I sat and turned. And then I thought, Saturn turns. So I don't know. When I closed my eyes, I could see Saturn right in front of me, and like the darkness of the behind my eyes, I just saw Saturn like spinning there. And the rings around Saturn, they were like, you know how Saturn has that ring that goes around it? It kind of like split into two rings. It was weird. I've had this overwhelming sense all day today of it's like I don't know what to call it. It's like a psychic scream. But like the moment before you scream, and not out of fear or happiness or like excitement or anything, but just that moment of inhale, and then just the pause. I've been trying to tune into it all day. And the more I tune into it, the more it feels like a tightly strung note on a harp. Like if I keep pulling at it, it might just snap. So I don't know where this reading is going to go. I don't really know what placements it's for. I was going to do zodiac sign readings, but apparently we're not. So I think we're doing things a little differently. I can't really explain it to you how we're going to be doing things differently here, because it's like a flood wave, and the wave just has to go. Like we're just going to go with it. I want to say that this reading is going to be really significant for anywhere that has Saturn as a ruler. I think those are Aquarius, Capricorn. In my personal opinion, the signs that are ruled by Saturn. Definitely Taurus, Capricorn, Aquarius, but not really Aquarius, but kind of. Saturn and Aquarius to me are like thunder and lightning. You can't have one without the other. If you do, it's weird. It's ominous. There's a fragrance of like Venusian energy in what I'm describing as Saturnian. There's an earthly element to it. Pisces definitely has Saturnian in it. Pisces has everything in it. So if you have Aquarius, Pisces, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Libra, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio. Cancer seems to have the shadow side of Saturn energy in it. Gemini has the blade side of Saturnian energy in it. Sagittarius feels like the maze runner of the Saturnian energy. Like if Saturn was the maze, Sagittarius is the thing that goes through the maze, around the maze, but doesn't go through the maze. It's like the arrow pointing the way through the maze. The Scorpion energy kind of made a home in the maze. The Aquarian energy seems to be above the maze, looking down on it. The Piscean energy seems to be the ground the maze is on. The Leo energy seems to be either the warmth or the cold. The Gemini energy seems to be the confusion of the maze. Which way do we go? And it just branches off into different, like, doubles of itself. Doubles of itself to get through the maze. The key to what you're going through is how you feel about it. Your thoughts going through whatever you're going through, if we continue with the maze metaphor. Your thoughts will not lead you through the maze. The actions you take will lead you astray in the maze if you base your actions on your thoughts. If you base your actions on what you see and physically feel, then you'll be going in circles until you stop feeling a solid substance, and then you are faced with a decision point in the maze. Like going blind and feeling the walls and feeling a gap in the walls. Which way do you go towards that gap? Do you go towards the gap, around the gap, to the left? Do you move your hand along the wall? If you can't see where you're going and there's no sound, and you're just going by physical sensation, your thoughts don't really mean anything, do they? So what do you listen to? Your heart. You go by what you feel. Is it right? Is it wrong? Did you come this way or did you not? Does it feel familiar? Does it not? trust in a higher guidance, right? You use sight beyond sight. And in order to see, without seeing, you have to be willing to let go of what you thought you were looking at. What if the heart, the center of what you thought, is the gap in the maze? Look at that. It's like you reach the wall right here. You're like, which way do I go? Continue going forward? There's a gap right there in the wall. And if you take out the thing you thought you were looking at, the thing you thought you wanted that was in your heart, you see that a path opens up. That cup here from the heart, she's manifesting something here, using it with a cup, ignoring the thoughts, and seeing the clarity in the other things that you want and don't want. It's almost like a double-edged energy of, it's a box from one point of view, but it's a broken crystal from another point of view. It's a broken crystal from one point of view, but it's a tower point from another point of view. So it doesn't matter how you see it. It matters how you feel about it. And when you take that feeling about it away, you can see what's there without the clouding and the judgment and the... You see how she's bending the sword? When you point that sword away from something, it's like a bright flashlight. You can kind of sometimes see better what you're looking at, can't you? So it's like you thought you knew something, and when you put that aside and look at it for what it is, you can see it more clearly. It's like even the light is pointing an arrow back at the truth you thought you were pointing the way with, but what you thought was being something illuminated of someone else is actually about you. It's kind of like someone thinking that they're watching a video and it's about one specific person. Like, no, it's not. It's on the internet. It doesn't have your name on it. It's not just for you. See, the glass was reflecting your own light. Behind it is the path. Can you see beyond what you think people are doing to you? Oh, that person's attacking me. Oh, this person's attacking me. Oh, this person's talking shit about me. Oh, that person, blah, blah, blah. Can you see past that and see the clear path? Can you bend that supposed truth just out of your, out of the, you see how the light is obscuring it? Can you just bend that light slightly so that you can see the actual truth in the way? It's like someone making someone out to be an enemy when they're actually helping them, and the real enemy is within their own mind first, and the person pointing out that enemy within the person's own mind is seen as the enemy. Look, this person's pointing something out over here, and this person's like, oh no, my feelings are hurt. Oh no, I'm going to turn my back to this truth. And then when they do, they're like, oh wait, that person was pointing that sword at what you were doing yourself. And you thought that person was just projecting onto themselves or attacking you, when that entire light was your own light. Just like there's another checkpoint up ahead too. Are you who you are? Is that crystal that you're manifesting with really your energy? When you see your energy being reflected back at you, does it look like someone's attacking you with a sword? Or can you see that they're just pointing back at you how you're attacking yourself? Because they're shining that light from the path they're walking back towards the path you're walking so that you can see what you're walking into. Are you sure I'm the enemy? Are you sure? This is a lot of energy of, are you certain what you think you know is what you know? Thank you. Are you certain what you know is what you know? The moon in reverse. Are you certain what you're looking at is what you're looking at? Are you certain? Are you? You see it, right? You're walking down a path and there's all these illusions on your way. And someone's pointing out to you that all those illusions are you yourself reflected at it from a screen in front of you. It has nothing to do with all the other people you think are around you or what you're watching. It has everything to do with what you think of yourself while you gaze into the abyss. So when someone like me comes along to help you out and be like, hey, we're walking down this path, and there's all this stuff coming up, and you really got to know yourself before you walk through that threshold. Are you really who you are? Can you see clearly? Do you know how many people there are in the world who still see that symbol as dark? Do you know how many people there are in the world who still think elementals are like imaginary? Yet they utilize these symbols for absurd beliefs. Are you really who you think you are? And when something is presented to you that changes what you think of yourself, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to grow? If your entire reality melts in front of you, and then suddenly you see another reality behind that, are you mentally and emotionally okay to see that reality and adjust accordingly? Or do you need training wheels for everything? Does something need to be presented to you in a specific way before you accept it as truth or facts? Four of Cups. Three of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse. It's time to really see who you've been working with and who you've been dealing with. And ask yourself, is it still worth it to work with those people? There are people in your environment who are bringing things to you that are not meant for you. They are bringing things to you that are meant for you, but you can't see it. You can't make sense of it because you've been working with people who have been turning your world upside down and taking from you. Spirit is advising you to work with yourself, work with God, Goddess. Bring balance and harmony into your physical world instead of being so lost in your mind and your emotions regarding the illusions that are present in your world. The less you feed those illusions, the more powerful the truth becomes in your life. It's all within you, yourself. If I, the person here, sitting here channeling for you, is bringing you information and you're thinking that I'm projecting my own insecurities or yours onto the screen, and you're not willing to actually do the work yourself, but instead you're using this time here to be like victimized by yourself and your own thoughts, why would you continue to do that? And then to drag me into your karma. Like if you have a crone and a maiden assisting the mother to be better for herself, and they're sharing that wisdom with someone else, like, can you gain the benefit from it? Or have you been so deluded by people in your life that you can't see a gift when it's being brought to you? Because you're used to people taking from you. Are you really ready for true, new age or whatever? Or are you still in the old paradigm thinking that it's mine or theirs? Yes, there's, uniqueness and boundaries and the self. But if you're using that self to poison other selves, then what good are you to the whole collective? Which group are you a part of? When you see the facts of your own life and how you yourself have been your own worst enemy, are you able to release those that have enabled you to be your own worst enemy and to ask yourself for forgiveness for denying your own intuition for so long regarding the people you've been around? Or are you going to blame people who are pointing at what you're going through and saying you deserve better? And, some of you get angry at that because you don't want your comfortable victim mindset to be disturbed. Three of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse. Don't work with me to fix myself. Four of Cups upright. Don't tell me what I need to hear. Tell me what I want to hear. Don't tell me the harsh truth because I don't want to work on it. I'd rather sit here and just do nothing. No, thanks for the help, Nana. Thanks for the help, sis. Thanks for the whatever, but I don't care. Do you see that energy? Is that yours? Because it's not mine. And if it's coming through to a reading, do you think I'm attacking you personally, or do you think God wants you to better yourself? If a message coming in from the divine, the Eight of Wands and the Lovers, for you to manifest with your authentic emotional state instead of your inauthentic mind polluted by others, for you to recognize what you actually want and to let go of what you thought you wanted for what you actually need, and to move forward with it with clarity. Can you see yourself and see all the ways you lied to yourself, all the ways you lied to others, all the ways you've denied and procrastinated and just rejected being a better version of yourself, all the ways you made friends to enable you to Four of Cups your life, so that you could stay in the Five of Pentacles. Can you see that and accept it and forgive yourself for that? Even if you're a multi-billionaire, you still blocked off some part of working with other people and helping other people the way you should have. And I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't have done, but you know what you should have done. Can you now move forward differently? Can you acknowledge that the next cup you gain after what you've done is the cup of grief and sorrow, which means you have to process that to move to the Six of Cups, which is the reconciliation of you with yourself, your past self with your present self, moving forward into your future self. And then you move to the Seven of Cups, where you see all the ways, you acknowledged all the ways, you cleared all the ways, you allowed your world to own you. Then you move to the Eight of Cups, where you walk away from all that stuff. And then you realize you have the Ninth Cup within yourself all the time. And then you can manifest effectively and instantly. But if we're still stuck all the way back here to where you can't tell your emotions from someone else's opinions, or you can't tell your opinions from someone else's opinions, or you can't tell when someone's helping you from attacking you, like you can't tell the difference because you're so stuck in fear, like then we got to go all the way back to square one, don't we? We need to go all the way back to Claire's and get those ears pierced before we can give you any diamond earrings, don't we? Doesn't matter how much we talk about diamonds or ascension, if you still don't recognize that you're more than just physical, then we need to rewind this entire thing back down, don't we? And if you're sitting in a classroom and a professor is talking and you feel offended by the professor, then you shouldn't be in that classroom, should you? You should be somewhere in like kindergarten learning how to get along with other people. No one is ever as cruel to you as you are to yourself. And no one is telling you that when I'm saying you or you guys, that I mean every single person. That's you telling yourself that. I'm speaking to Source. Source is translating these to you through your reality. You're hearing it based on your realities, creation of you and your creation of your reality. You're not actually hearing what I'm saying because you're on the other side of that glass. So if you actually want to hear what I'm saying, maybe look at those cups that you don't want to look at and see the life you're manifesting for yourself, that I'm attempting to get you to see there is a different way to go. You can hold your truth, but you don't have to attack yourself or others with it. That way, when someone's presenting truth to you or facts, you can actually listen to it like an adult instead of thinking that you're being attacked and that we're in high school. That way, you can actually see what other people are sharing and do something with it to light the way for others and be like, yo, guys, it's this way. Instead of, how do we get those pentacles away from her? Like, oh, gosh golly, guys. Gosh golly. I don't even know. This energy just feels so immature. It's just exhausting to even channel it. It's like trying to get a kid to comprehend that in class people are supposed to work together instead of thinking that they're attacking each other. Oh my goodness. I know that makes sense for a lot of you. In order to go through something, to move to the other side of something, we have to see where we are and who we are that are moving through a certain thing. If we are blind to who we are, then it really does not make any difference what anyone else is doing because we won't hear what they're saying. The Fool, the Four of Wands, Knight of Pentacles again, and the Two of Wands. We can move into this new beginning and a new age and a new era of everything right now. But it means not being who you are right now if you want your next right now to be different. No river is ever the same. Ever. Why would you perpetually keep yourself stuck? I don't get it. I don't get the concept of self-harm in that way at all. And I really don't want to. People should be kinder to themselves. They should allow themselves to change and to grow and to learn, to evolve, to build better foundations, to grow more petals, to share their truth again with the Four of Cups, to acknowledge your emotions, to work together with other people of like minds and people that aren't of like minds, to just work together instead of being a species that inflicts violence upon itself. Five of Cups. What did I tell you? After the Four of Cups comes the Five of Cups. We must acknowledge what we're doing as a species. You cannot build a foundation or an empire on water. You can't build it on blades. You can't build it on sand. You must build it on strong foundations. Discipline, responsibility, healing, care for others, care for self. The illumination of fact and truth that is universal. And the respect of unique individual truths and authenticity of self. To cherish and appreciate each other. That's not a utopian dream. That should be common sense. Fucking monkeys do it. Ants do it. Bees do it. And humans are like, we can't have utopia. We can't have peace. There's too much wrong. Well, yeah, that's because everybody put their truth in the soup. That's not how this life works, guys. There is the one power, the one source, and then all its multidimensional aspects. You are one of them. Why are you fighting yourself? Just elevate. Some of you are so afraid of fear, you don't fucking realize the powerful tool fear is for your own fucking thriving life existence. Think, oh, fear energy, shoo it away. Oh my God. Oh, negative energy transmuted into positive quick. Oh my God. Oh my God, the person's a narcissist. We can't ever have them in society. Oh my God. Oh, it's an ego. We must kill the ego. Oh my God. Oh, we gotta do the shadow work and then like disintegrate the shadow because that's how we work it. Okay, Peter Pan. Let me know how that works out for you. The Lovers and the Nine of Pentacles. And the Star and the Nine of Wands and the Five of Wands. Obviously. You want something, but you're going to fight yourself and not let yourself get it. And then you're going to blame someone else for pointing out how you're sabotaging yourself. And then you're going to be like, oh God, everything sucks. Okay. And then you want me to sit here and waste my fucking time to tell you that you're self-sabotaging your life. All the while, you would end up thinking I'm bitching you out or attacking you. But I'm just trying to get you to see how you're ruining your own life. Even if you're a multi-billionaire, how many fucking children have you helped have a home and a bedroom? How many elderly people did you like create more comfortable homes for them to retire in? or to be put in by people that don't want to take care of their parents anymore. So they give them up for adoption to the state. Like, how many more times do you guys want to just waste another fucking breath of life thinking that you're not worth kissing? How many more days are you guys going to spend thinking that healing music is woo-woo? Or that a piano should be just in a concert hall? Or that stained glass is just for churches? Yeah, we did need that moment of silence, didn't we? A moment of silence for the stupidity of man. It's time to grow up, guys. And not in a way where we become mean, bitter old people, but better, beautiful selves. Whatever you think you've accomplished, you can do better. Whatever you think you failed at was meant to help you, and you would see that if you stopped being such a whiny baby. You would see how much you're loved. You would feel that love. You would hear it. You would sense it on your skin like rain. But instead, you've hidden that truth from yourself. Every single living being has done so. And when it's pointed out, you think it's a hot poker poking you. But it's just the hilt of the sword of truth being handed to you. What you thought was the devil was actually bringing the light up to you. How embarrassing it would be to stand before the throne of God and see the council sitting before God and seeing people you thought hated you sitting in the councils with God. And they were all trying to help you. And you thought they were monsters, when they were the only ones brave enough to go into the dark where you went into, to find their way in the dark for millennia, to come to you in that dark space and remind you of who you are. And some of you have the audacity to say, turn the fucking lights down, it's too bright. How dare you attack us in our dark space? If I was attacking you, you wouldn't even know it. So if you think I'm attacking you, look in the mirror. I don't even know you. We might be connected, but I don't know your story. I can see it when I channel, but rest assured, I don't fucking hold on to that information. It has nothing to do with me, and I don't weave my tapestry with your thread. So it's time for you guys to really look at yourselves. Take the mask off and look at yourselves. Quit making excuses. Quit scapegoating other people and quit blaming other people for the thoughts in your own heads. Singer of the chalice and the iris of the rainbow. Can you love yourself enough after you recognize the way you've been lying to yourself? Or is the realization of how much you've been lying to yourselves going to cause you to hurt yourselves even more? How does God bring you the truth without you thinking that God is trying to blind you with the light? How do we aim that arrow into your heart to have you fall in love again without you thinking you're being pierced? How do we dip those arrows with so much sugar and sweetness and love so that you see the truth of it without being dumbfounded by the awe of divinity? How do we get you to see the basic, simple truth of you without you wondering about anything other than how to improve yourself? How do we get you to stop looking at things in one way and see them in the other way? And then how do we get you to do it again? Because right now, collectively, it's as if we're going through something like a gate of some kind. And in order to keep going through it, we need to come together. But if we're coming together and we think we're being destroyed, then what's the point? It's kind of like a bunch of screaming kids in a car and they're going to Disneyland, but it's supposed to be a surprise and they're just constantly fighting. And then the mom is in the car going, if you guys don't behave, we're turning this car around. Or we're going exactly to where you think we're going. Or you can behave and enjoy the ride. What do you think those kids are going to do? Do they need to be yelled at first? Do they need to be scolded or pacified with artificial sweeteners? Do they need to get bubblegum card readers and copy-paste book writers before they can see the truth and the threads connecting everything? Do I have to dance in front of you with makeup and glitter and stars and blah blah everywhere for you to see the message? Or can I just show you the cards and talk to you? Do I have to command lightning in the skies for you? Or are you just going to listen to me as a friend and benefit and be a benefit to others? Do we really need to go through this do-si-do every fucking turn of the wheel? Or are you guys finally going to comprehend that we're all connected and the only enemies are in your heads and you're creating all of that out into the world? I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. The diamond-hearted Dakini. Does it matter if it's male or female? Does it matter if it's an angel or a demon? Does it matter if it's a king, a queen, or a peasant? Does it matter what its past is? Does it matter what its future is? No, right? There's a message, a bell being rung. Why are you busy staring at the sparklies and the messenger but not listening to the message. You see the irony in it? I could hold a diamond in front of you and you'd argue that it's cubic zirconia. I could give you pearls from the depths of the universes and you would think that it's just a nice quote from a dead author. I could sit here and I could be Magdalene or Mother Mary herself and you would think I'm just delusional. I could be an extraterrestrial right now, unshapeshifted behind the screen, and I'm just too lazy to shapeshift into a human form, and you would think I'm lying. White buffalo calf woman, the cosmic egg, and Parvati, the goddess of devotion. Your heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. White buffalo calf woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. You want to find your way through the maze? It's inside you. Why are you confusing yourself and creating a maze in the first place? You hold the universe within you. You are the force of an ever-expanding love. So why would you focus on a dim candle within that burns away when you are the light that made that candle illuminate in the first place? Some of you are so busy focused on eggs and prophecies, you're missing that you yourselves are a part of a prophecy. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. The majority of you guys claim to be all love and light, but you're the darkest souls I've ever seen. A lot of you claim to be friends and family to people, and you are the biggest traitors to their existence. Many of you claim to support others when all you're doing is stealing from them. And so many of you forget your lineages because of some boo-boo or ouchie that you've experienced in this life that you used as an excuse to stay broken because it's easier to be broken than to acknowledge you're never not broken. Can you do something with your brokenness? But instead, some of you just choose to be like, I'm so broken, I can't do shit. Okay, well, wealth is an inside job. I choose to feel abundant. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Love is my lineage and gratitude is my religion. I hold the universe within me. I am an ever-expanding force of love. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. Where in that does it say that you need to kill your ego or diminish your darkness or you need to pretend to be someone you're not? Annette Dwana, the High Priestess. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. Love is my lineage. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. I am a warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. Now, do you think it took loving cuddles and kisses to make that armor? No. Do you think it took Care Bear Stare and Kumbaya to create empires and oracles and weapons and food and clothing and shelter and writing and architecture and love and sex and light and darkness and planets? It took chaos, didn't it? It took Gaia emerging from chaos itself, emerging from the void itself, to bring about order and light, didn't it? Yet you want to deny an entire aspect of creation and hide under the skirts of false gods while you deny your own darkness. And you think your struggles were to punish you. Queen Esther, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. You're damn fucking right. Inanna, the queen of heaven and earth, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Some of you are calling yourselves goddesses while you're trying to wash the stank of your shadow self off of you. And you don't realize that it's only stanky shadow side aspect of you because you have not opened your hearts enough to allow the fragrance of the rose within you to cleanse the fragrance of the shadows around you so that it becomes like a musk of cedar wood and roses instead of compost. A shadow is yours. The ego is yours. Train it, guide it, teach it, illuminate it, let it help you. Instead of thinking it's keeping you stuck or trapped in something. You created your egos to protect you and to have a fucking personality in the world of the living and the world of the dead. And now you want to demonize it to go hide under the skirts of a guy in a false fucking kingdom? How do you know that the real Christos isn't actually someone completely different that grew a beard to get you to see what you weren't seeing? How do you know? How do you know what God is? How do you know what light is or love is when you can't acknowledge within you that your ego is a gift of God given to you? That you created it to survive and thrive, and that it's your tool to enhance. You think this person here, you think this person here, you think this person here, or this person here, or this person here, or this person here doesn't have an ego or a shadow? Are you nuts? You think she was just born with those face markings? It took an ego to put those there. It took a little bit of narcissism to wield that and say, I'm really good at wielding that. It took a little bit of fucking narcissism to stand before empires and armies and say, God is speaking to me. It took a little bit of fucking ego to become a queen and to rule an empire. It took a little bit of fucking shadow side. It took a little bit of darkness, didn't it? It took a little bit of suffering, didn't it? It took a little bit of loss and regret and victimization and martyrdom and the sacrilege of sacred sexual energy. It took a little bit of sacrifice, didn't it? Do you know what sacrifice means? To make sacred. make sacred.